Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 22 of our 90-day Go Live challenge. Whether you're watching us live or catching the replay, we want to say thank you, a big thank you, and we appreciate each and every one of you showing up this day. So staying connected and walking this journey with us. We are, for those who are meeting us for the first time, my name is Diana. I'm a mom, a wife, and a digital business owner based in Sydney, Australia. But today we have it's a special day for us because we are joined by an absolutely incredible guest all the way from the UK. And like we always say, God always has plans for us. And it's a plan to prosper and not to harm us. So we want to introduce our special guest. And I love to bring on an amazing business partner first, which is Janet, and to say hello to us and just introduce our guest too. So Janet.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Diana, for that. Hi, everyone from where you're watching us. Maybe good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from any part of the world that you're watching us today. For those who are new and watching us for the first time, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Janet. I am a wife, a mom, a registered nurse by profession, and a digital business owner and a mentor as well. I live in Western Australia with my family, and we are honestly so happy and really excited for today's live section. You can see it from our face. We are so happy for today, and we want to say thank you so much to our incredible guest, Tina, for honoring our invitation, especially with an 8 hours time difference, and we almost missed it as well, and a very busy schedule as well. We are really happy. Thank you so much. And the fact that you took your time, you made your time to join us today, that speaks volume about your heart for people and your passion for what you do as well. So we are truly grateful to have you with us today. And I'm going to give it back to Diana to introduce our guest because we want to give her maximum time. Yeah, so back to you, Diana, to introduce our guest, please.
Yeah, absolutely, Janet. So let me tell you a little bit about our amazing guest, Tina. Tina, we have been researching you, So
we've been following you.
Tina is all the way from UK, and she is a true powerhouse. So we've seen Tina all over our business. And after spending years in the corporate world, Tina made the bold decision to walk away from the 9-to-5 job, and now runs her digital business full time. She has been in the business for a couple of years, and we are still young, as we are still newbies, me and Janet. But, she is a certified coach, a master in mindset, and an incredible member of our community. So Tina brings her whole heart into everything she does. And she regularly hosts webinars and speaking at our international business conferences. And continues to inspire thousands and thousands of people, of us and other people in the community through her journey. Her life truly reflects to us. So we always say, change your mindset, change your life. And that's the thing that we always say in our business, especially you, Tina. So she's clothed with strength and dignity, and she loves without fear of future. So that's the Bible verse which speaks volume about you, Tina. And we thank you for honoring us today, and we are really excited. And so I think we'll give you time to introduce yourself.
Wow. How do I follow that? How do I follow that? I'm blushing. Thank you so much. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody. And thanks, Janet and Diane, for all your support and everything you do. It's just awesome. Thank you so much. I actually came on today, guys, and I thought, oh, I'm in the spotlight. I'm not used to this. But no, it's a lovely morning here in the UK. So my name is Tina Willis. I am 62 years of age and I am coming to you live from the UK. I am a mum, stepmom of 4, a grandma of 12, and I used to be a corporate business development manager here in the UK for over 25 years, working 16, 17 hours a day, non-stop, and building that career like we all do. And 6 years ago, that just came to a head. And I knew I had to make a change. And I've been 5 years a job quitter now and a full-time successful digital business owner with a business that I absolutely have a passion and a purpose for. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you very much.
Wow.
Yes. Also, Janet, I think I'll give you back so that you start with the questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Diana, as well. We're going to go straight away to our first question to our guest because we want to use like maximum time and give it to her because it is a day to us. So, Tina, I'll start with the first question. What made you take the leap and start your digital business? You've said part of it, but I would have to ask you, was there a moment that made you say, I need something different?
Oh, absolutely. I think unknown to me, it had been brewing for a while, Janet, because I'd worked so long in that corporate life. And, you know, honestly, I enjoyed my job. I really did. And it got, every year, the budgets got higher, the targets got higher. I was on a good salary, but the hours got longer. And I could see that I was missing out on valuable time with my family. My husband and I, sometimes, you know, I'd come home at 9 at night, it'd be a quick meal and then, or a takeaway and then bed. And then the whole process started over again. And Dave had his own business, so he worked all the hours as well. And it got to a stage, I was driving back from Derby one day, and it was a 2-hour drive plus more. Those of you who don't know the motorways here, they're a nightmare anyway at the best of times. And out of nowhere, I just broke down crying. And I could feel something inside me snap. And it was a feeling I can't explain as such, but something had broken inside of me. I cannot remember getting home. Don't even know how long it took me. I got in the house and hubby said to me, that's it. Enough's enough. It's made you ill. We've got to think of something else here. But I was 57 at the time, November 2019. I remember it well. And I was off work ill for a while and something had to change. And I didn't know what, because all I'd ever known, and this is what we're conditioned for, and we're all conditioned for it, is to work. To work, to pay bills, to do what society expects from you. And I thought, I'm not living my life. I'm not living the life that I was put on this earth to live. I had a lot of time to reflect, actually, ladies. I had a lot of time to sit there and reflect. But I'd only ever known sales and I didn't want to sell anymore. The thought of working to the age of 67, another 10 years, scared the hell out of me. I didn't want to do that. And I was just in so much of a quandary. I just didn't know the thought of going back to work as well. I had to do that. And I was sitting there one night, and I always say it was divine timing. I'd never signed up for anything on social media. I was fearful of it. I was skepticism. In fact, I've just been watching a program here in the UK about Rip Off Britain and all these frauds and everything that's going on. And there was all sorts out there. And I thought, you know something? No wonder people are fearful of online businesses. But when I looked at an ad on Facebook, something really resonated with me. And it was an ad from a lady in Canada explaining about a legitimate online business that you could take anywhere with you, that you could do anywhere. And I thought that could be for me. But here's a funny story. Dave was watching the football. I'm sitting next to him. And I was due to go back to work, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, do I? And I kept seeing it in my feed. And I kept reading it over and over again. And he was watching the football, and I'm nudging him, going, should I sign up for this? What do you think? And I was reading it out to him, but something in me knew he wasn't listening to me. And I'm going, should I? And and I'm nudging him again, and he's watching the football. And the next thing is, he said, "Oh, just do it, will you?" So I did, and I watched that webinar, and I watched it again. And the next day, I said, "I've done it." And he said to me, "Done what?" I said, "I've signed up for the webinar." I said, "And I've taken that next stage and paid the one fund." What are you talking about? He hadn't even heard me, ladies.
Yeah.
So I always thank him every single day for letting me do this business. But this was it. I always say it was divine timing, because when I paid that 149, I knew it was risk-free. And I thought to myself, I have two choices here. I would go out and have a meal and pay more than $149 US, which equates to about 195 pounds. I'd pay more on a meal that would not give me anything.
Yeah, true.
So why not pay it, which was something I could change my life with, knowing it was risk-free, knowing there was 30 days to get it back. And I thought, yeah, it's worth it, because did I want to stay stuck where I was with ill health and having to work corporate life, or did I want to make a change? And it was a no-brainer for me. I wanted change, so I did it, and that was the reason why. And it was the best thing I have ever done in my life. And I can honestly say, I would probably say the past 6 years as a complete whole life, with my personal life, professional life, is the best time of my life. The best time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's Dave's fault.
Wow.
Wow, oh my God.
Wow,
It
that's
resonates so much.
powerful.
Yeah.
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 Thank you so much, Tina, for sharing that, your powerful why. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. It's so inspiring. And we always say, before, like for me personally, before I started this business, I never knew like it could transform my life this way, especially the mindset. When it came to my life, it changed me in ways that I could never thought. Like Tina was saying, like this has been the best years of our life since she joined this business. That was, we always say as well. Personally, for me, this is the best time that I'm enjoying my life as well. I was like, where has this business been? Because it has changed everything, especially the mindset, even my family, everyone around me. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that here.
No, my pleasure.
I'll give back to Diana for the next question for you, please. Back to you,
I'll
Diana.
not talk. Thank you. I'll not talk much, because I think we need to give Tina some time. So since now I'm going to go to the second question. So since you started this business, what's the biggest mindset shift you've had to make to grow personally and professionally?
Oh wow, lots. And as you both know now, that is my niche, is law of attraction and mindset. So when I first started this business, I had so much fear, so much negativity, so much doubt, about me, and because I had those doubts about me, it reflected on my business and it reflected on my life. And that was because I spent too much time worrying if, how, but when is it going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. When am I going to be here? When am I going to do this? When am I going to be traveling more? When am I going to be earning and financial free? And I spent so much time worrying about that it affected what I was doing. So I started reading. The first book I ever read on law of attraction was Magic by Rhonda Byrne. And that started me on a journey of gratitude. It started me on a journey of looking more into the mindset, looking more into the possibilities. So I studied Bob Proctor, I studied Matthew McConaughey, I studied Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield. And the more reading I did, the more listening I did, the more I started working on me, I became a different person. The support of this community helped me as well. So I became a totally different person, and my confidence went through the roof. I embraced every single day. I didn't start worrying about when, if, but when, how. I just stayed in the day and carried on working on my business. And here's the thing. And for anybody who's watching and for anybody who's listening to this, my biggest advice is work on you first and everything comes to you. What you give out, you absolutely 100% get back. And if you stop worrying about when, if, how, but who, everything starts coming together. So that is the beauty of mindset. And now, obviously, as you both know, 6 years into the business now, I'm running Law of Attraction and Mindset Mastery courses. I'm presenting at global conferences on it because we have everything in this business to be successful. But if you don't work on this, and you know, the funny thing is, ladies, I actually now feel younger than I did 6 years ago. I probably act it mentally as well. Because did I think I would be dancing and singing in the kitchen online to 80s music? No. Did I think I would be doing all these things?
Yeah.
No. I do what I want to do instead of worrying about what other people expect from me.
That's it.
You know, I'm my own person.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. And I think the mindset is very important to anyone watching, because our mindset either will restrict us to where we want to be, or it's going to take us to where we want to be.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's true, because for us, I was very skeptical, and I was also very scared of what people are going to talk, like, you know, when I go live, what are people going to say about me? But I found it to be, it's either I change my mindset or I stay where I am.
Yeah.
So I decided to change my mindset.
Our lives,
I know.
worrying about what other people say.
Yeah.
Why? You know, they don't pay our bills. They don't walk in our shoes.
No.
They don't live the life we live. So you change your mindset. You do change your life.
Yeah, very true. So I think I'll give to Zanet.
All right. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you, Tina, because, you know, like about the mindset, I love to hear you and to listen to you talking about the mindset. I think the next question you've answered about it, but I would love to say, like, mindset is everything in our life. You know, like before I started this business, I was stuck for some time without going live, without showing my face. But one day I listened to Tina here on the screen. She said, like, stop wasting time and looking for perfection, because perfection does not exist. That point, and I'm sure I did message you and to tell you, like, that made me to get out of my comfort zone. Yeah, we always say progress over perfection. And that's why I'm here today doing this live, because of that point that you said about mindset. So I'll add to it as well again. Tina, you are a master in mindset. This is the third question. You've answered part of it, but I'll go to it again. So Tina, you are a master in mindset and a huge inspiration to many of us in our amazing community. Can you please speak to our viewers today about why mindset is everything in life? Because you always say, change your mindset and change your life. Can you add more about mindset? We love to hear you speak about the mindset all the time, please.
Yeah, well, the thing is that I always say that we are 10% of what life throws at us and 90% of how we react. Okay. And that's something that you have to work on every single day. You can't just pick it up and put it down. You have to practice every single day. So every morning I get up with, it's like everything becomes a habit if you do it all the time. You know, we don't think about getting up and brushing our teeth or brushing our hair or getting dressed. It's habit. So when you start practicing gratitude every morning, when you start being grateful for what you have, and when you start acting as if you have everything you want anyway, then it brings more to you because you are in that positive zone. Because at the end of the day, we are born at zero. I could talk about this for hours, guys, but we are born at zero with no thoughts, no negative, no positive, nothing. We're born zero. And life, the way we grow up is what everybody else is feeding into us, good, bad, or indifferent. Okay. and it goes into our subconscious. It's like when you learn to drive a car, okay? And you're learning, but you get in the car now and you don't even think about it. It's just automatic because it's there in your subconscious. And it's like everything you've learned over your life. So you have to reprogram yourself. You have to reprogram yourself and say to yourself every day, I am so happy and grateful that now, and act as if it's already happened. And the more you do it, the more you grow. The more you work on your mindset, the more you grow. And it's not easy. You know, there will always be that little negative Nancy coming into your mind. But it was funny actually, because I look into it all the time. I was listening to Vision McCartney off Mind Valley the other day, and he said, instead of doing affirmations, so instead of saying, I am eating healthy food all the time, if you say, I am eating healthy food all the time, that little voice in your head, somebody's going to say to you, no, you're not, Fatsy, you had a pizza last night. Do you know what I mean? It's true though, isn't it? So instead of saying that, and that's just a silly example, but instead of saying that, just say to yourself, why am I eating healthy food all the time? And that little voice doesn't come in because you're training your subconscious. And that's why it's so important to work on yourself. Because if you don't work on yourself, you're constantly going to have that negative Nancy voice in your head. What if? And that's why there's many skeptical people out there, you know, who may be watching this replay now saying, well, is she real? Is she true? She could be a scam. You know, we are all over social media, guys. Would we put ourselves out there? Would we be doing this now if we were a scam? But the only thing you can do is do your due diligence and check us out and work on your mindset, because not everything out there is a scam. And if you carry on keeping that skepticism there, you are going to lose out on an amazing opportunity if you don't investigate it. You know, and that's what I do, and that's why I will continue to spread the word about this business. I will continue to help and support people with their mindset. And I know that some of my lovely business partners are watching now. So hello, gorgeous people. But this is what we do. And when you have that, you have everything else.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tina, because that's powerful, and we would love to hear you all through, but we don't have time. I wish we had the whole time anyways, but for our viewers, I hope you are listening to Tina, because mindset, like we said, mindset is everything. So I will go to the fourth question so that we don't keep them waiting. For the busy working parents watching us today, wondering if they can actually do this while working full-time, can you share maybe how even part-time effort in this business can lead to growth and even allow you to eventually quit your job like you did? You know? So yeah.
At the end of the day, when I had to go back to work and I was doing it, it was a case of I was plugging in a couple of hours a day. And it was all trained. The training is amazing. It was step by step. And actually 6 years ago, it was probably half of what we've got now. So the training, step-by-step video-based training, is so easy to follow as long as you start writing down and working it out. But you've got a coach and a mentor with you anyway. So it's about organizing your day. You know, when people say, I haven't got time, how many times do you scroll through this, you know, on social media? You worked out during the day how many times you scroll through social media. It'd probably be about 2 hours, 3 hours. Well, why not put that 2 and 3 hours to use and earn money from it? How many times you sit down, get yourself a cup of coffee and watch a Netflix movie? Is that going to earn you money? No. And I'm not saying don't do it. What I'm saying is that it's possible to run this business while you are employed, because you only have to plug 1 or 2 hours in a day, or more if you want to. But the fact is, that's all you would need to do. So it is completely doable. I've got mentees and business partners who've got children, and when the children go to bed, they plug into the business. And the reason they want to do it is because they want more in their lives. So the initial input and the initial work that you put in will bring you the results further down the line. You know, this is not a get rich quick scheme, guys. This is a business. It's not a hobby. It's a business. It's a business for you to grow and change your life.
Yeah.
And everything is doable. But you are the variable. It's up to you how you organize your day, but you have a coach and mentor with you all the way. So when people say, I don't have time, you do have time. We all have the same 24 hours in the day.
Yeah.
You know, and there's people who have paid off mortgages, people who have quit corporate life like me, people who are staying at home with their kids and doing this business, people who are paying off their credit cards and all the loans, traveling the world. You know, did I 6 years ago think I would be going to France, San Diego, Rome, London and Mexico this year, and 3 of them being speaking at conferences? You know, no, I didn't know what my life was going to look like, but I knew this business was legitimate. And I knew that it worked.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's doable.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for that, Tina. And then again, I add, it goes all the way to the mindset, because you always say, change your mindset, change your life. Because like most of us, yes, we go to our work, we are building other people's empire. I listened to, and then we are stuck there like, we feel we are stuck and we need change, and we know deep down in our hearts we need more in our life. I listened to one of our business partners say this that hit me so hard. He said, like when we are building someone's empire, we are stuck there. Like even if we are given, let's say for a break, for a lunch break, they will tell you to go for your lunch break at 12. And then he said it in a funny way. Who told your boss like by 12 you are angry or you need to eat? But you have no choice. You have to go for your break at 12. So if you can do whatever it takes at your job, and this is your own empire, your own business, you won't have any excuse. Again, to the mindset, you won't have any excuse. You do what it takes to build your own empire. So thank you so much, Tina. I would love, before we continue, I would love to shout out to everyone watching us. SD Yavari, thank you so much. Denise, we can see you. And May Maris, Anita, watching from USA. We have Felix watching from Ghana, and Joy watching from Dubai, and Ezo as well. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate each and every one of
Thanks,
you.
guys.
So, yeah. I'll go to our last question to you, Tina. And finally, I know you've talked about it maybe when you're starting during your why, but to address to our viewers, and finally for someone watching us today who might be feeling very, very scared and unsure about starting, or even worried about paying the $149 registration, what would you tell them, please, our viewers? To you, Tina.
Do you know, fear and skepticism is normal.
Yeah.
And it's great because fear and skepticism, that normality of it, makes you push forward. If you're feeling fearful and you're feeling skeptical, it's because you want more. It's because you want to make that change. But skepticism is great until it's not. Yeah. You need to investigate it for yourself. You need to check me out. You know, check Janet out, check Diana out. You need to look at each and every one of us, even some of the people who are watching, some of our business partners who are watching, check us out. You know, we are real, raw and human. And we started where you did. We started where you did. I started when I had ill health because I knew that if I didn't do something, I would get worse, and God knows where that would have ended. But at the end of the day, if you don't start, you're going to have regrets. The what ifs, the what if buts, you know, and you always keep that huge why. And initially my why was my health. It was my family. It was our dreams, our goals. But now my why is when I see my beautiful business partners and mentees who I coach and nurture change their lives. They become empowered. They, you know, the person who started like you feel fearful and doubtful, but started anywhere, they've grown so much and are successful. Oh, I think the internet's just gone funny somewhere.
Yeah.
I have the life that I want, and now I want to make sure that other people do the same. And that's my why. So if you're fearful, connect with Janet, connect with Diane, or connect with myself, and we will walk you through it. $149 is completely risk-free. You have 30 days to decide. And if you decide before those 30 days, it's not for you, you get a complete refund. No pressure, no questions asked. It's just done. But if you decide it is for you and you love what you see, then you would book your coaching call and we would get you started on this amazing journey. We leverage social media with social media marketing. We provide you with everything to be successful. But work on this. Work on this. So jump in, guys. Get off that fence. Get those 2 feet over that fence and jump in.
Yeah.
Diana.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Tina. Yeah, it's really important that we change our mindset and we check out, like we always say, the first stage or the first step is to watch the free webinar so that you can understand more about the business. So all the viewers watching, it's important that you take your due diligence, you check the business first before you have those doubts. You don't have to pay the 149, it's free. So you watch the webinar, and then if you feel like you want to learn more, then you'll spend the 149. And within that days, if you don't want to go on with the business, then it's your right. You'll take your money and no one is gonna ask you for the money back. No, it's gonna be yours and you go your way. So Tina,
But
I think
you can also change your mind, guys. Sorry, Diana. You can also change your mind, because I've had a few people who've asked for the refund and a couple of weeks later they've bought back in again because of that scared feeling, but they see the results. And that 149 will give you access to pre-coaching videos. It will give you access to the tools and the systems and the success of 250,000 global people doing this business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so wow. So Tina, I'm just gonna say that we are so thankful because you took your time to come today and you've given lovely. Us yeah, so your insights have been felt, we've felt it, and the answers that you've given us, they've just fulfilled our hearts, because we are also here to try and build ourselves and build others too. So we are so grateful for your presence and for the inspiration for today. And the viewers that are watching, learn from all of us, because we started from a skeptical mindset and we still went ahead and started the business. So it's your turn. If you're sitting on the fence wondering if this is for you, it is. We were there, and you deserve a life where you are thriving and not just surviving.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this business gives you freedom, confidence that we didn't have. Janet, she can say we had no confidence to come online, but if you have a purpose and a community that helps you through this business, because the community here is like no other one. So you'll have support. It will lift you up when you feel down. If you want to ask questions, you will ask those questions. And God has given us a spirit of faith, and we should not have the spirit of fear, because we have to engage with anyone who you feel resonated with. And if your heart feels like you want to speak to me, you want to speak to Tina or Janet, you have your time. Just go to our website, fill in your name and your correct email, and you're good to go. So don't let fear decide your future. Your future is so bright in this business, very bright. So if we can do it, you absolutely can too. So we'll just, I don't know if Tina wants to add anything before we leave.
No, honestly, you've said it all, guys. And I think at the end of the day, there's a lot in this world that's going on at the moment. And the way I look at it, with this amazing business and this global community, that if we can make a difference in people's lives, just that one little difference, it'll be a domino effect, you know. And at the end of the day, I have seen the results. I have seen my business partners' results. I've seen these two amazing ladies grow and flourish. So if we can do it, why can't you? What makes us different from anybody else? Nothing.
Yeah, that's all right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Janet, do you want to wrap up for the day?
All right. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much, Tina, once again for saying yes to our life. Your time, your wisdom, and your heart. We are so humbled and honored that you joined us today. And before we close, I don't know if you could be having a parting shot. Last one to our viewers for today, please.
A parting shot.
Yes.
Just live the life that's yours and nobody else's. You know, if I could say one thing to my younger self, I would say, don't listen to what others expect from you and tell you to do. Do what your heart tells you. Do what your gut tells you. And live the life that's yours, not theirs. Your dream is your dream, not theirs.
Wow. Thank you so much, Tina. That is so powerful. And thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, me and Diana. We are so grateful for coming to our life, for honoring our invitation. Thank you for inspiring us so much. And to everyone watching us, and whether you're watching the live or maybe the replay, thank you so much for being with us this evening. You've just heard from one of the best in our amazing community that we always talk about, our amazing community each and every day that we come online. We talk about our amazing community. So you've heard from one of the best from our amazing community. And Tina has reminded us that truly mindset is truly everything. So if you can change your mindset, you can absolutely change your life. So for those who are busy working parents, there is more than just working multiple jobs, being burnt out and feeling stuck. You can create a life of freedom, purpose, and ownership. So your life doesn't get better by chance, but it gets better by change. So take that bold step, message any one of us. It could be Tina, it could be Diana. And remember, we always say you not have to do this alone. You will be here to guide you. And above all, you've got the support from our amazing community backing you up. So you deserve to live the life at your own terms. So thank you so much, everyone. And we can't wait to see you again tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow we have another powerful guest in our life. So one of the guests will be one of us from our community. So stay tuned, same time. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Take care, guys. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.